it's not only going to be a great night because of that, we do have a very special guest on track tonight. That is my colleague and voice of JBSRL, the league I own on Monday nights, Andrew Thornton of the B-Main Bandits, who owns the B-Main Bandits, is co-owner of JBSRL. We have our broadcaster out here. He is currently without work, coming out here and running with the B-Main Bandits and trying to do whatever he can. It is Mr. Doug Burns with How to Suck at iRacing, going dirt racing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You really wanted to interview me tonight, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Because there's one specific incident we need to talk about, and it was in a dirt late model.
Oh, never going to let that one go, are you, Edmund?
So you admit it happened then?
No, I just know what you were talking about, what you were referring to, but I have no recollection of any such incident.
So you don't remember just fencing, completely fencing a dirt late model, trying to get out on the track. You weren't even on the track yet.
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about. But everybody should go check out How to Suck at iRacing and see how badly I am doing in a non-wing sprint car. Can't believe these guys talked me into this.
Well, I mean, you had to prove your manhood, didn't you? Joey's sitting here calling you out, saying you got no balls.
Well, you know, it's Joey. What do you expect?
Yeah, he doesn't have a hold of his anyways, so
this is true. No, you know, I should have known. We do this every year after the XCal season finishes. We go out and we do the Tuesday tour. We go around, we visit leagues and have some fun. And yeah, I should have known that B-Main would be the first group saying, please come run with us.
Well, you know you're always welcome with the B-Main boys. It's great to see you out here, Doug. It's going to be interesting to watch the heat races and see how you feel.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm sure you'll get some great highlights.
We'll see.
Well, have fun. Try not to laugh yourself to death.
Oh, I'm going to be laughing the entire time. Good luck tonight, Doug.
Thanks, buddy.
Again, guys, that was Doug Burns with How to Suck at iRacing. Amazing broadcaster, amazing friend. Love seeing him out here. He's always welcome with the B-Main boys, and even though he can't hang, it's fun to watch him try. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and get the national anthem going here, and we'll get back to qualifying. All right, guys, post-edit Eddie here. We just got done with the non-wing 360's and getting everything uploaded. I've been threatening to throw this video out for Mr. Doug Burns for quite a while, and I think tonight after our interview and in a little bit of good-natured fun, I think it's about time it finally comes to light, and we're going to put it out here for the B-Main Bandits. If I remember right, this is the last time that Doug actually did run with the B-Main Bandits. So we're going to let a couple clips play here before we jump in and watch the final edit here. So let's watch it from Far Chase first here. As they are going out and with the Patrick Coluccio paint scheme and just rams the right rear into the barrier. What is even more impressive right now is the fact of, look at how much air he has on the rear axle. Like, not only does this take talent, it is unfathomable to see what in the actual hell he's doing. Let's go in his cockpit here. You know, maybe give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a UMP, which, my correction, I thought it was a late model. No, it is a UMP. Mr. Doug Burns. Maybe he doesn't see the wall. Maybe. Oh, no, there's the wall. Clear in view. Swerves, misses with the right front, and just jacks the ever-loving shit out of the car. Really, I just don't know. That was a heat race. Not even running his own paint scheme. Running Patrick Coluccio's. Putting a bad name to Patrick. Doug, maybe it's time to just retire on dirt, buddy. About time we put that out. It was a great night of racing. You guys are going to see it here in a moment. Thank you, Doug, for being a good sport. And on the front row, we will have Samuel Reed, followed by Joseph Smith. On row number 2, Andrew Thornton and Noah Bowman, with Richie Joplin and Doug Burns rounding out row number 3 for heat race number 1. So guys, a lot of known names here. Samuel Reed, Joseph Smith, Andrew Thornton, Richie, and of course Doug Burns. The wild card is Noah Bowman sitting there in the number 4 spot with the invert in the heat race. Let's see if he's able to work up there and try to get heat race number 1's win. Looks like we may be having 3 heat races tonight, guys. Definitely going to be interesting to watch and see all the action here at Lucas Oil under the lights. Pace truck is off. Pace truck does leave in turns 1 and 2, so it is up to Samuel Reed to pace the field all the way to 4. And they fire. We are away with action here in the non-wing sprint cars at Lucas Oil. Samuel Reed will lead them into 1 and 2. Sounds like we already have some wreckage back there. It's like Doug Burns going slow, as Noah Bowman sends them 3 wide, cutting down the nose of Andrew Thornton. And will jump to the lead. Can Andrew answer back? Throwing up that slider, trying to get there, but does not have enough room. As the best friends, Joseph Smith and Andrew Thornton, are fighting it. Andrew jumps the cushion and just not able to keep the momentum and lets Andrew get away from him. Noah has worked himself out to a 6/10 of the lead gap, working that bottom, trying to find any type of grip here, working the top in 3 and 4, but continues to gain more and more on Andrew. Joseph Smith back in 3rd with Richie Joplin behind him. Samuel Reed rounds out the top 5. With Doug Burns still on track and hitting the wall. Caution! Joey gets in there and hits Doug. And Joey, it is North Wilkesboro all over again, buddy. Let's go watch from Joseph Smith's view here. Just trying to gain any momentum, working on the high side, and bam! Goes in and just rails Doug. Where have I seen that before? We are under caution here at I-55. All restarts will be single file per B main rule. That will bring Andrew Thornton back on the bumper of Noah Bowman. With 2 laps to go at the green. We know Andrew's going to want to ride that bottom and try to catfish his way up into the lead. Can he gain any momentum on the newcomer who has just been dominant in this heat race? Lights on the pace truck are out. We are 1 to green, getting racked up and ready to go for heat race number 1's finish. See if that contact with Doug Burns caused any damage to Joseph Smith. Andrew doesn't get the greatest start, not up there on Noah's bumper, as Noah leads them to green. Oh, Noah hits the tire! And we will be back under yellow once again. It's like Joseph Smith getting caught up in that as well. Noah just trying to get a good start here. Fires off. Cutting down the track, trying to find that grip. Shoots low. And just catches that left front on the infield tractor tire. Nowhere to go for Joey. Unfortunate for him. That will move Noah Bowman to the back of the pack. He will have 2 laps to go to try to get back up there and catch any position, but that puts Andrew Thornton in a great position and hopefully for a great finish and a great starting spot in tonight's main event. So it will be Andrew Thornton, Richie Joplin, Samuel Reed, Doug Burns, followed by Joseph Smith and Noah Bowman. Pace truck is off. Doug Burns, grab those balls and get on the throttle. Get the hell up in line, buddy. As we are, once again, under green for heat race number 1. Andrew gets a great start over Richie Joplin, running that bottom. Track hasn't slicked off that bad yet. And it looks like Noah Bowman sent it into 1 hard. Trying to gain position. He's side by side with Joey. Does take the number 3 spot from Joseph Smith on the final lap here. Andrew Thornton will get the win. Noah Bowman coming 6th to 2nd in 2 laps to finish behind Mr. Andrew Thornton out of Granbury, Texas. Great run for heat race number 1. As we move on to heat race number 2 here, it will be Brandon Voiles and Josh Berkey on the front row, followed by Wade Fields and Trevor Royer. Logan Hoskins and Austin Thornton will round out the field here tonight for the 2nd heat race. Looks like Logan Hoskins will not be making the field tonight, so we will have 5 cars in heat race number 2. Lots of great names out here tonight. Brandon Voiles out of Memphis, Tennessee. With Josh Berkeley being out of Des Moines, Iowa. Wade Fields out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. A lot of Midwest drivers here. Trevor Royer unfortunately hasn't updated his information. With Austin Thornton being out of Missouri, I don't know exactly where. I will have to ask. You know, while we're at it, let's go ahead and pull up his older brother, Andrew Thornton here. Where is your younger brother based out of?
Out of Missouri.
What city?
Joplin.
Joplin, Missouri? Yeah, because he hasn't updated his stuff yet, so figured we'd ask you.
Oh, yeah.
And off we go, guys. We are green for heat race number 2. Brandon Voiles gets out to a good lead with Joshua Berkey and Wade Fields right on his ass. Berkey on the high side, got the momentum, and comes around getting the lead. These guys are just going at it here. Take a ride with Mr. Wade Fields and watch this battle from the cockpit. Getting that right rear right up there on that cushion and back on the throttle, just trying to keep these things from going sideways too much as he's trying to run down Trevor Royer and Josh Berkey. Looks like Berkey did get up above the cushion. He will give up the lead to Trevor Royer as Wade Fields is trying to get under Josh Berkey for that number 2 spot. You definitely don't want to be getting that high up there, Berkey. Having a couple more internet issues there with Berkey, but so far so good. As Trevor Royer starts to build a gap on Berkey, almost a second now. Just beginning to check out as Berkey and Fields are fighting for the number 2 spot. With Brandon Voiles in 4th and Austin Thornton in 5th. Really, the only battling we got going on here tonight, guys, is Fields and Berkey. As Fields does get around Josh. He starts chasing down Trevor Royer. Starting to close that gap. And Trevor Royer will come home with heat race number 2's victory. Followed by Wade Fields. Josh Berkey rounding out the podium. Last heat race of the night here, guys. And we will only have 5. You have Mr. John O'Brien and Byron Gay rounding out the front row. Byron being from Spencerville and John O'Brien being from Bosque Farms, New Mexico. Great to see a Southwest guy out here. Craig Zilby from Auckland, New Zealand. And Wonderboy Jackson McClain out of Tennessee will be on road number 2 with Robert Smith rounding out the field of 5 for heat race number 3 tonight. Definitely been some great racing. You know, we only had the 1 caution in heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 did go green to checkered. Let's see if heat race number 3 offers the same. That banking up on the top goes from track to just straight. So these guys, when you see them getting up above that cushion, which is the darker part of the track, it does break the momentum of the car very easily, and it throws the car off balance so quickly. John O'Brien will lead them to the green here as they fire for heat race number 3. John sends it down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like we had some little bit of contact there. Looks like between Robert Smith and Byron Gay. I'm sorry, Jackson McLean, Wonder Boy, running Gay off the track. As Jackson rocking that high side, trying to follow Craig around John O'Brien. Great battle for the lead here as John gives it to him and lets these two guys that are so good in these dirt cars just battle it out. Really is a shame that Jackson did miss the first 2 races, because if he would have been here, he would be in the points lead or points chase. Maybe not in the lead, but he'd probably be closer than Andrew is to Mr. Craig Silver. See Jackson running that little bit higher of a line, trying to keep the momentum up, but if he goes too high, it's not going to work for him. As we have 4 to go in heat race number 3, what a great battle. It looks like John O'Brien does spin, bringing out the second caution of the night. First caution for heat race number 3. Throws it in there. Oh, just loses the momentum, loses the traction, and just spins it around. That'll allow Byron Gay to possibly get around him there. As we will re-rack them up and see what we can get for this finish here of heat race number 3. Craig Silby has had an amazing season so far. He is in the points lead by 19 points over Andrew Thornton with 2 wins over Andrew's 1. With Byron Gay being the next closest in 3rd, who is 41 points behind Silby and 22 points behind Andrew. Now making it really a 2-car race for the championship. Pace car does go off. It looks like Robert Smith will rejoin the field. It is Craig Silby, Jackson McLean, John O'Brien, Byron Gay, and Robert Smith as we are green with 3 laps to go in heat race number 3. John gets up high and just loses position to Byron as Craig and Jackson just are running away. Oh, they make contact. Jackson hits Silby. They do keep it going, but will that open up a shot for Byron to get in this? Final lap. White flag is out. Who's going to come home with the victory? Craig sends it down low, throwing the slider. Jackson on the high side. Drag race to the finish. Jackson McLean will be your heat race number 3 winner, being one of the only guys to take a win off Silby all season on the dirt. What a way to round out the heat races, guys. And with that, we will be jumping straight into the feature. As we give these guys time to grid up, let's go through the field here. Out of Des Moines, Iowa, Mr. Josh Berkey will be on the pole for tonight, with Mr. Richie Joplin to his outside on row number 1. Craig Silby, after that tough fight in heat race number 3, will be in P number 3 for the feature. Followed by, out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Mr. Wade Fields. And you'll have Noah Bowman rocking P5 with on his outside, And after his heat race win in heat race number 3, Jackson McClain out of Tennessee. Trevor Royer is in 7th, followed by league owner Andrew Thornton in P8. Row number 5, you do have Byron Gay with Joseph Smith. Then Brandon Voiles and Austin Thornton. And it looks like Robert Smith, as these guys are having a little bit of issues getting going here. Robert Smith and Doug Burns will round out the field. Berkey having some more internet issues here. Maybe interesting to see how he does up front. As league admins will delay the green flag here to get these guys lined up. Battle to watch here is going to be between Andrew Thornton and Craig Silby to see who is going to be able to beat each other out of those two for the points lead. So far, Silby's done just enough that with the one drop, he's able to keep up with everybody and stay in that top lead. As we are green now, Berkey will lead them into 1 and 2. But Noah Bowman sending it down inside really hard. Does get the lead. Joshua Berkey and Craig Silby will be right behind him. Silby down on the bottom. A lot of great racing here, guys. 3 wide behind. And now we are looking at the battle between Jackson McClain and Andrew Thornton. Jackson running 5th with Andrew in 6th. Guys are all over the place, able to run that top, middle, and bottom. Trying to find any grip to gain any momentum. Jackson McClain looking underneath Berkey there. We go back here, and we are riding with Richie Joplin in 10th. Trying to work his way up. Right in front of him, they are 3 wide. That is Joseph Smith, Byron Gay, and Samuel Reed, fighting for that 7th, 8th, and 9th spot. As the back marker, Doug Burns, who did great, I'll give it to him, causing some issues for these guys. He is the rolling chicane tonight. But you have Jackson and Berkey fighting it out for the 4th and 5th spot. As we do have our first caution of the night. Looks like Byron Gay is involved here. They do get around the rolling chicane of Mr. Doug Burns. Oh, just gets in there a little too hard. Touches the right rear of, looks like Samuel Reed. And causes the car just to jump. Unfortunate side effect of these open wheel cars. These high horsepower open wheel, low downforce cars. You touch wheels, it is typically not a good time for anyone. It will be 23 laps to go when we do fire here once again. They will line them up single file. Noah Bowman leads them with Craig Silby right behind, Trevor Royer, Jackson McClain, and Josh Berkey rounding out the top 5. Lights are off on the pace car. So it will dip off as they get ready to rack them and refire here at Lucas Oil. And we are green once again here at Lucas Oil. Noah Bowman will lead them into 1 and 2. Silby throwing a massive slider, almost feeds the right rear to Noah. As Trevor Royer says, hey boys, I want to come play. Trevor does get around Silby for the moment, working that bottom line as he tries to get around Noah Bowman. As they are neck and neck going around the rolling chicane. No, let's go see how Mr. Doug Burns is struggling. Oh, he got full throttle. Okay. There we go. Full throttle once again. All over the place with those wheel inputs. And he is in the wall. On the front stretch. Let's see. Can he do anything? And he just says, fuck it. We are done. Always a great time to watch Mr. Doug Burns. Back to the action at hand, guys. Noah Bowman and Trevor Royer. Oh. Anyone surprised? Looks like Mr. Doug Burns has crashed. Now, did he take anyone with him? That is the question. And he is off the pit road. We may see him once again. We may not. So, good little green flag run in. And here's how your field shakes down. It is Noah Bowman, Trevor Royer, and Craig Silby in the podium positions. Followed by Jackson McLean and Andrew Thornton. Joseph Smith trying to get up in the mix. Followed by Samuel Reed, Richie Joplin, Byron Gay, Austin Thornton, Robert Smith, and John O'Brien. The lights on the pace truck are out. We'll be pulling off this time round as Noah Bowman will pace the field down the back stretch, getting ready to fire once again. Down in 3 and 4, cuts down the track and hits the loud pedal. We are green with 17 laps to go. Trevor Royer will throw the slide there, trying to get up in front of Craig Silby. Craig is doing everything he can to hold off Josh Berkey and be able to catch the top two, who have not been able to be touched all night. Noah Bowman has jumped out to an almost 8/10 lead of Trevor Royer. Silby will remain in third, followed by Josh Berkey and Jackson Wonderboy McLean. Joseph Smith has worked his way up. It looks like Joseph Smith and Samuel Reed have gotten around Andrew Thornton as they are battling it out for 6th position.
And they're trying like crazy to get 3 wide here, and there is not room for it.
There's not. As I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Doug Burns, who decided to just leave his car into oblivion and come join me up here.
Well, what actually happened is I hit a wall, got some tire damage, and then it just stopped turning. So.
Oh, looks like we are going to be back under yellow. Andrew Thornton and Samuel Reed have an issue. They were fighting for the 6th spot there, I believe. 6th or 7th. Andrew trying to run it up on the high side as, Samuel just lets it drift up. Right rear to left front, and it just does not work for these open wheel cars. Speaking of wheel damage, I mean, you know all about wheel damage. You think Andrew got any there?
You know, I noticed under caution he had another problem where he ended up going up on the back of another car. I do think he likely has some minor wheel damage. Minor wheel damage I was able to drive several laps with, but I don't know how much he has got. It doesn't look like the steering is off, though, so he should be good. Also, an interesting note, I heard Jackson McLean was complaining his race setup was not nearly what his feature setup, or his feature setup was not nearly as good as his heat setup, so the Wonder Boy does not know if he'll be able to fight his way forward.
Well, that is unfortunate after that amazing heat race number 3 victory for him. So hopefully he's underestimating his setup skills there and he can come back. He is sitting in the 5th position right now behind Josh Berkey. I know he wants to get up there and get around Craig Silby at the very least, but I don't know if he'll have anything for the top 2, Doug.
Not real sure. He was really not happy with it, and the track conditions were taking the setup away from him, ironically. So I don't know if he'll be able to pull it off, but we're about to find out as they get ready to go back to green.
And we are green with 11 laps to go. That is Jackson right there in 5th, trying to work that high side and get up there close to Berkey. Looks like he is already starting to drop back. Berkey trying to get on the low side, trying to find any amount of grip just to catch up to Craig. As Craig is fishing for any sort of line. I've seen him run the bottom, the top, and the slider line. Doug, I know you probably can't answer this, but what do you think is the fastest line out there?
From what I hear, that outside line, but you got to put that right rear, right on that ridge, and just a little too much. You're going up on that banking, and that's going to send you most of the time into the wall, that flat part at the top of the banks.
And it looks like we are back under yellow here. Richie Joplin and John O'Brien look like they have been involved. Go back and take a quick little look here. So that is Richie Joplin in the 9. Just not having a good time trying to catch the car and run that topside. And John O'Brien, who has been the faster car all night, just comes in there and just makes contact. Unfortunate for both of them. Richie has done an amazing job all season working his way up into the points, even though he says he's not a dirt racer.
Yeah, that is something Richie is very well known for repeatedly saying, is that he is not a dirt racer. But I've raced with him and I've broadcast him on dirt, and I have to say, he can get it done. These cars are obviously not his favorite from what he said, but man, he knows how to drive a dirt car.
Oh, honestly, there is not a single car that I don't think he can drive on iRacing and at least be competent enough to compete in. You know, many times in Nowski, I hate this setup, I can't drive. Next thing you know, you're fighting him for a podium position, and he's one of the toughest guys to pass on the track.
Always is.
Pace truck is off. We will be 7 laps to go at the line. Going down into 3 and 4, Noah Bowman will once again lead them to green as he fires, and we are back on it here at Lucas Oil. Noah just working that bottom, catfishing it, but Trevor Royer trying to gain any momentum on the top. But how can anyone catch this guy tonight?
I don't know that anybody can. Everybody was talking about just how fast he really was out here, and they were unable. They could get to him, but couldn't find a way around him. That was the biggest problem everybody was seeing tonight. Is some of them could get to him, but obviously, as this track slicks off, I don't think anybody can get to him now. I don't think anybody has a setup to get to him.
Unfortunately, I don't believe so. It's still going to be be a big points night for points leader Craig Silvey, as he is well ahead of second place Andrew Thornton. As we have another issue, and it looks like Fat Charlie is involved here. Let's go back and take a quick little look. Joseph Smith working down underneath Byron Gay. And just slides up and right rear straight into the wall. All loss of talent by Joseph Smith. And brings out the caution.
Yeah, and he was complaining about my loss of talent. I mean, I didn't at least claim to have any.
This is true. I mean, Joey talks a lot of shit, but getting in the back of the field for bringing out that caution, young man, shit. Doug, we are not like How to Suck at iRacing. We talk shit here and we enjoy it.
I have noticed.
Hey, wait, come on out here, running for the B-Main Bandits and broadcasting for them, man. You gotta talk shit. You gotta have some fun. And
That is definitely true.
Why are you doing it?
Ready.
The pace car is off, as Noah Bowman will lead them to green with 4 laps to go at the line. The story here is, can Trevor Royer get a good enough jump to get on him? As Noah will fire off. He did hit the tire in heat race number 1. He's getting close again, but he will stay on the bottom in 1 and 2 and start walking away once again.
Yeah, it does not look like Trevor. Trevor can at least defend that position. He's got, I don't think Craig has anything for him down there on the bottom. Well, I mean, nope, Craig just doesn't have the momentum off the bottom. I think Trevor's okay, but in second, but I don't think anybody's catching Noah at this point.
Yeah, pretty much looks like our field, or top 3 will be set here with 2 laps to go. Unless Craig can do something big to get around second place Trevor Royer. Joshua Berkey and Jackson McLean have been going at it all night, but it's the same story. As we go on to our final lap here.
White flag.
Trevor Royer sits down on that slider line trying to defend, and no need. Craig was nowhere near. As Noah Bowman, Trevor Royer, and Craig Silvey will finish off the race here.
Andrew Thornton got into a little tangle in that last lap, but comes out okay as well. There was a bit of a checkup there, but everybody comes across fine. Only one driver does not finish.
Well, let's go back and see what happened with Andrew here.
Good job on the road. Did a good job on the track. Sorry. We'll get these cars figured out.
It's like he might have been thinking about Austin Thornton, not Andrew Thornton.
May have been. There's too many Thorntons.
Tell me about it.
They're cloning him now.
Yeah, it looks like John O'Brien. Hey, John O'Brien picking a fight with both Thornton boys. Goes down and hits Andrew into Austin. They all do get going and finish the race.
Well, I'll let you get to your interviews, man. Great job tonight, and maybe we'll be back before spring again.
Well, hopefully you come back out and run with them again. They are doing some asphalt stuff here in the next couple weeks, so maybe try your hand at that and get away from this dark stuff.
Definitely, man. Great job tonight, buddy.
Hey, thanks again for coming out, Doug. One moment here while I fix my camera. All right, guys. That was Doug Burns of How to Suck at iRacing. He was asked to come join me in the booth if he couldn't hang it with these guys tonight, and I'll give it to him. He did an amazing job trying to stay out there and running with these guys. Good job, Doug. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our top 3 here. So first off, we do have Craig Silvey like he is no longer on the track there. But we have third place finisher Craig Silby with us. Craig, amazing run tonight. A little bit of a heartbreaker in the heat race, but a great race between you and Jackson. You come out in the feature. What could you have done to get up there with Trevor and Noah?
Oh, those guys are on another level. But yeah, I don't quite know what iRacing did, because I was on grid 3 and Noah was on grid 5, and then we got told to swap around. So I really don't know why that was, but that didn't help. But no, those guys, I was just chasing them.
Yeah, everybody was chasing them all night long. I mean, it's going to still be a great points night for you overall with getting the win in the midgets and a third place finish here in the non-wings. Andrew looks like he came in eighth place tonight. So, going to be able to extend your already 19-point gap on Andrew. I mean, you got to be feeling good about that at least.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This, when we're running against these guys are the best, and so when you're running against them, that's getting third place to them is as good as you can hope for, really. but we sometimes we can beat them, but it's all good fun.
Well, a great night of racing again from you, Craig. You got anybody you want to thank out there?
Yeah. I want to thank Andrew and the B-Main Bandits for putting the series on. It's really good fun. And Eddie, thanks for you broadcasting it. It's I'm really looking forward to watching the replays.
It's going to be a great night of racing to recap on YouTube. So we will be having that up later tonight. So once again, Craig, great run. You have a wonderful night, buddy.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks.
All right, guys, and on to P number 2, Mr. Trevor Royer. Trevor, this is Ed up in the booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Trevor, what a heck of a run tonight. I don't recognize the name. Have you been with B-Main before?
Yeah, I have. It's been a while, but I didn't have anything else going on tonight, so I figured I'd come run with you guys, and yeah, it was a good night.
It was a heck of a run. I mean, obviously you're adept in these non-wing 360s. Man, is there anything you could have done to get around Noah?
There were a couple of yellows there. I mean, it's just racing, but the couple of yellows there weren't doing me any favors, and then I started searching because I knew the line I Noah was running was the line there most of the race. So I started searching in 1 and 2 to try to find a run, and I don't know, maybe it would had to have maybe been a mistake on his part for me to be able to get by him. So he ran a good race, so congrats to Noah on the win.
Well, heck of a run from you. I mean, it's great seeing you out here, and hopefully you got more free Tuesday nights and can come out here and run with these boys again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I just want to thank my team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, everybody that runs this B-Main Bandits League, and everybody watching. Hope we put on a good show for y'all.
Well, definitely was an amazing show tonight. Great job, Trevor.
Yep, thank you.
All right, guys, that was Trevor Royer, your second place finisher. And now, the man that everybody has been chasing all night long, your winner, Noah Bowman.
What's up?
Noah, what a amazing race tonight. Yeah, you got out there in front and no one else could catch you, man.
Yeah, I just tried to get set up for the top, but I knew the bottom of 1 and 2 would be pretty good, and I had to get away from Trevor as fast as I can because he's definitely one of the best on here. He's been doing it for a while, and yeah, it feels good.
I mean, outside of you making a mistake, was there anything that these guys could have done to get around you?
If Trevor was on me pretty hard, if I would have missed the bottom, he definitely probably would have got around me. But yeah.
Well, a great win tonight with in a dominant fashion, man. Like, amazing run. Is there anyone out there you want to thank tonight?
Indy Race Parts, they've helped me out a lot, and they've put me in a good position for these cars, so can't thank them enough. NDR Performance, Dalton Strum Photography. That's about it.
All right. Well, that is Noah Bowman, your winner tonight. And with that, guys, we are going to end it off here for the B-Main Bandits. My apologies. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so I had a couple coughs here. But great job from everybody out here. Amazing night of racing. Looking forward to seeing what next week does bring as we take off for the Asphalt Sprint Cars for their second race at Iowa, followed up by the non-wing 360s at Knoxville. Two very large tracks, two very fast tracks, and going to be a great night of racing right here on Warlord Gaming. Catch all the replays on our YouTube channel, Warlord Gaming 51. Till next week, guys. Send it in.